Thank you for staying with us. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has returned to her seat as Kogi Central's representative after what she calls an illegal suspension. She insists that no one is more Nigerian than us and says she continued serving her constituents despite the suspension. Supporters praise her courage and say she proves women can challenge entrenched power and that true leadership is service, not titles. Critics argue her open defiance of Senate President Akpabio shows disrespect for hierarchy and risks isolating her and her constituency. They believe politics requires compromise and diplomacy. The incident raises bigger questions, however, about the Senate's commitment to fairness and how Nigeria's democracy handles power and dissent. Now, to join us in the conversation, we would like you to call us on 0201-635-2013 or 0902-416-3440. And you can also tweet to us at TVC Entertainment using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Ladies, I know that, we have discussed the Natasha conversation quite a bit. And on different times, we've expressed various, opinions, and we've seen it quite differently on this table, Some people have been for how she's carried herself. Some people think, like everyone else, oh, she should have been much more delicate and she should learn compromise. But today we have a new update, and some people are saying she's even more defiant than before. After all that she's been through, shouldn't she just walking humbly and just put her head down and do her work? So what do we think? Is Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan just defiant? She being arrogant? Or is this just a woman, a courageous, brave woman on a mission?
So I'm of the opinion that we do need to have defiant people sometimes. I think that every progress we've made was made by people, male and female, who chose to be defiant, who chose to question authority, question the norm, demand something better for themselves and their people, or just felt like, let's try something else. It is it is in trying. I don't know how we came about stew. How did coconuts jam gari? How did granuts became a bread thing? Somebody just chose to try something new. And even though I those were funny analogies. Point is, I celebrate her courage in a country where we don't celebrate women shouting, where we expect, especially if you are in politics, you are seen as you were given a position, you should be grateful and just keep quiet and smile. You're just there to mark the register that we have women here. For you to now dare to be that confrontational, express yourself so well, I applaud the courage. And I feel that it is we're deserving as a nation. Women need to see that. It's good. We hear it every day. Keep quiet, bow your head, obey, submit, all of that. We hear that every time. But we need to see this too, that you can also do this and you will not die. And at the end of the day, you might just be able to give somebody courage to fight for their life. So yes, I might not like the fact that she said she will not apologize. Some people might not agree with how she's still openly defiant about it, but really she's a human being and she has the right to express herself, and we must appreciate that as well as much as we appreciate the women who find more diplomatic ways to resolve situations. So I am Team Natasha here today because I feel that I probably would want peace to reign and I would negotiate behind the scene, even though it doesn't conform with me. I'm that kind of person. So when I see someone who stands up 100%, I'm like, go up. Go continue, whichever way. Kogi people are behind her, as you can see the supporters that showed up for her. So
I like the way you put that.
Should I go? So for me, I'm going to be on the other side. Like, okay, so she came into the office. What I'll be expecting her to do is, if I to be in her shoes, what I'm going to do is, if I'm a Christian, I'm going to do praise and worship in that office. Praise and worship. Muslim, I'm going to, prayers and all of it. The only thing that will come out of my mouth will just be positive things. I'm not expecting her to come back and still talk about what has already happened, because clearly she has won the case and she's back. So all she should just be talking about is, yes, she should just talk about the positive part and everything. Sometimes you can fight in silence. You don't have to come out and still be saying stuff and everything about what has already happened. Just fight in silence. There's a book I read one time, She Stoops to Conquer. Just calm down. Now that you are back, study the environment, look at the way it is, and then, you know, just relax in. And then use silence to pass your message as it is right now. Because she has used this method before and it didn't work. It didn't work. At the end of the day, she was suspended. So in this kind of situation, she shouldn't just consider herself. I know, yes, sometimes you'll be so angry, you're upset, you want to express yourself. But when you consider the people you are representing, you just have to calm down a bit and then, you know, look inwards and try to approach the matter in a different way. Go in, you are back to work, be happy, merry, joyfully, you know, be happy. And
let bygones be bygones.
And let bygones be bygones, yes.
Some people may disagree, Ramatu, and say that it has worked because here she is sitting down in her office, I mean, being defiant, as you said, instead of being silent. Amaka, please.
So I used to be the queen of she stoops to conquer. Even on my official emails, when it goes out, you see it like under there, as she stoops to conquer. But I'm not that girl anymore.
What happened?
Let me tell you something, right? First of all, I applaud the audacity of Senator Natasha. Her audacious nature, I applaud it, and I believe that more women should learn from that, especially 2025 and moving forward, if we want to make a difference. Let me tell you something. If we had stooped to conquer, women will not be sitting on this table today in 2025. If women had stooped to conquer, we will not have the right to vote. We will not have the right to do a lot of things and to sit on so many tables. We are in a democratically, she's a democratically elected public senator, public servant. We're in a democracy where we all can't share the same view. This is called your view for a reason. You have your opinion, I have my opinion, there's mutual respect, and in that way, we can serve a common goal. When somebody decides that they want to treat you in a certain way, be disrespectful, bully you, you have a voice, you should speak up. And because you're not just speaking up for yourself, you represent people. So you should be audacious enough to stand up and speak up for the people you represent. If not, I don't know why you're sitting on that seat. So I applaud her. She has chosen, we're all different in our natures, and she has chosen to toe this path. And I love the fact that she has stood steadfast in that path that she has chosen, and she's seeing it through. I applaud her, and congratulations to her returning there. And I know she's going to do great things. And I like the fact that even when she was suspended, she continued to work. The amount of work she put in this period, that's a lot to say. So please, as a yes, because it's important that, like what something Tope said, women should not be seen as that they're here to sign the quota that a woman has been given that seat, or that a woman has now represented a particular percentage that is a favor. It is not a favor, and I'm happy that she's doing this part, and that is my opinion on this matter. Yes.
You know, I hear you, you know, all, and I'm just happy that once again, different opinions, you know. But I would like to find out if this were to happen to each and every one of us, you know, how we would handle it. Because sometimes it's good to look at a Natasha and cheer her, hey, and quickly run into your house and close the door, you know. And you would hear, you know, some people say during this, a lot of people felt that they didn't see women's support really strongly for her. Some people might say that. And then for some people who choose to do things in silence, I feel like sometimes they even get more support because you're silent, so you get more support. How would you address it if, for whatever reason, Tope, you are locked out of your office for 6 months by we are talking of your peers, so this is not your boss at work or something. Your peers sat down and said, you know what, we did not like the way you handled yourself, even though you tried to explain it. Please, you're gone for 6 months. How would you handle it?
Well, I hate injustice. Actually, I hate injustice done to others. I will fight louder for others, probably more than I would have fought for myself. That's the truth. But like Amaka said, my personality is actually more of let peace reign. That's who I am. I'm a let peace reign person. But in recent years, like I'll say over the last 1 year, as I am new 40-year-old, in the recent times, I just realized I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want people to think you can say, Tokpa will just apologize. Like she's always, I don't want to be the peacemaker all the time. Even though by wiring, that's who I am. I'm still struggling with being assertive and demanding what I want. I haven't gotten there yet. So if you are, I'm in Natasha's situation as when it happened, I'll do quiet negotiations at the back and affirm what I want at the back, negotiating with the power brokers. I feel like, oh, that's like a wise move to do. But if you, in the next 1 year, I probably wouldn't do that anymore, because I'll feel like, if I'm looking at all the past when I've done it and all the times I've lost the opportunities that I could have gotten, and I've seen where people share and they got what they want. I'm feeling like being quiet does not pay you in this country. Go crazy. Trump is president because he did not send anybody. He just said what he wanted, revolted. He wasn't conforming to anything. So the world is changing from this prim proper stuff. It's no longer looking like being prim and proper is going to serve you. It might as well just serve you to be that vocal, say it as you mean it. Tell them I don't care what you think. I'm going to say my mind. I am not there yet.
Okay. And hopefully, you know, when we think about this style, we think about chaos getting out of hand. But let's go on a short break and we'll come back. We'll continue with our conversation.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thank you for staying with us. We're still discussing Senator Natasha's return to the Senate. I have a question for you, Amaka. You know, you had earlier talked about how you used to be the stoop to conquer woman, but you're no longer that woman. But I know that for women who have chosen to go the defiant route, it doesn't come cheap. It comes at a cost. And how many of us are willing to pay the price? We saw what she had to go through in the interim before she finally got to her office. She was dragged, she was called names, you know, there were allegations of all sorts of things against her. Are women really strong enough, willing to pay that cost, or you think it's just mouth lip service? I'm no longer woman stoop to conquer. I'm defiant. I'm rude. But you get a pushback. Are you willing for that pushback, and or has that ever happened with you? And how have you handled that?
Okay, so before the break, as you know, we talked. So I'm going to put in line with the question you just asked me. We talked about like if being defiant or that is going crazy that gets the job done. But then I want to make a valid point here that regardless of the fact that Natasha had a voice and has a voice, she's not gone crazy. She has not lost herself. She's still done it with a lot of decorum. Okay. Right? We need to understand that for the fact that you want to own your voice, you want to speak out against things that you regard as being disrespectful or bullish, doesn't mean you should lose yourself. You can do it poised, looking beautiful, and you know, and pretty and smart, and doing it, and that's what she's done. But to your current question, you know, it's so funny how most times when people see a pretty face or they see someone that is maybe frail, people think they can walk over you. Yes, people, you know, somehow people feel like you don't have substance. Yes, they feel you don't have substance. They underestimate you. Yeah. Yes, and so for so long, I've been that person. Okay. People tend to underestimate you.
I find it hard to believe, but let me take this call from Prince Ademola Ogudu, and then we'll continue that. All right. Prince Ademola, good morning.
I'm with you.
Please go ahead. Prince Ademola, we can hear you. I mean, you're on. You can speak to us.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
All of you are looking fantastic this morning, you're dressing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Regarding the issue of Natasha and Co, it's good for women to support women. But at the same time, we should all look from the genesis of the situation. Changing of arrangement of city in Hello Chamber is several fronts to everybody. That is, everybody must know. But at the same time, nobody determines Natasha abortion of city or anything. But this is that if all of you are ladies, if somebody accuses your husband in the office where he's working, that is harassment to his colleague in office, what is your view? If you're okay, don't worry, Natasha, sorry. Are you people are going to accept that from you as from your husband? That's okay. What Natasha is saying to other person? Akpabio is a man. He has a wife. He has a children at home, which he has to defend himself. But Natasha was not. The issue is that he hasn't proved the allegation that it is true that it's sexual harassment. First, the issue of the arrangement of sit arrangement and that thing, they asked her to stay on his allotted chair for her to speak out. He refused to do that. It's a road. It's not the implementation issue or not implementation. This is pure. To me, I don't want to say foul language yet. To me, it's not good.
Okay.
For the staff as a senator, open when the system was open on the television. At least, like every other people are telling her to go and sit at the election chair so they can speak out, but she's not to do that. So please, all of you should be able to know that it's not this organization or this allegation of sexual harassment started from changing of seat arrangement. If it's all of you, your husband will be alleged that he's harassed somebody, do what the man to keep quiet at that time, please.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prince Ademola.
It's so funny how I will go through an experience or feel I'm a victim or victimized about something, and then other people have the opinion to say, oh no, that's not your experience. You shouldn't feel that way. Why should you feel that way? It's so funny. You know, women keep getting that, but that is what it is. If someone says that they have an experience or they went through an experience or they feel victimized, it's valid. And so back to what I was saying, what you were saying about, being audacious or being
at the cost of it.
Being at the cost of it. Before you say, oh, I want to stand up for something, I want to have a voice, I want to speak up on something, you should also be grounded in what you want to do. Which, for example, because everything I'm going to also relate it to what we're talking about with Natasha. She understands the law, right? She's grounded.
Yeah.
She makes sure that she has a team to understand every single thing, that she feels victimized against or she feels happened to her, which is her experience. So it's one thing to be informed, to have information. It's another thing that when you don't have information, to make sure that you have the resources to have that information, right? It's also important to have people. Power is important when you want to have a voice. Martin Luther King was able to have a voice because he had the power and he had the resources to back it up. So before you fight, it's okay to fight, it's okay to have a voice, but you need to first of all know yourself and know the timing for the fight. Because most times it's okay to have a voice, but then it's not the time, it's not the right time, because maybe you don't have the resources, you don't have the power backing it to be able to see that fight through. Because if you don't have those things, before the fight even starts, you've lost. But when you know yourself and a fight comes, and then you make sure that you're prepared and you're ready, then you see that thing through. And that's what has happened in this situation. We can see that she has a supportive husband, she has the resources, she has the wherewithal in terms of intelligence, information, the law, knowledge of the law, and that is why she has gotten this far. So that's why
So, I really like to come back to that, but I think we have Emeka from Bauchi on the line. Emeka. Oh, we've lost him. I was going to say I wanted to come back to that, because another thing with this Natasha issue is that it's been touted to be like gender wars. Oh, it's because she's a woman that this has happened to her. She's being treated unfairly because she's a woman. In fact, some people also said it's because she's a woman she's getting away with this bad behavior. There have been other men who have done things like that and they had to come back and apologize, but she's a woman, so we're giving her some leeway. So those are the kind of conversations, that have come up because of it. And yet, within her support or her circle of support are her husband and many other men, So is this really about gender, or is it just pure injustice? Have we seen this done differently towards other men? Because I know of, do you remember the former governor of Edo State? I know he had to come and apologize for something he had said, I've seen other senators, or those members of House of Reps that had to apologize for something they had said.
Compelled, or their personality? Because she was compelled to apologize. She just chose not to. So others might choose to. You might find, they can ask all of us here to apologize for something. And somebody say, I'm not going to apologize. And me, I say, sorry, on behalf of her, sorry, let's go on. So it's personality of those involved. I wanted to talk about the last, most everything talk to wife and husband matter. Like, how did we get this conversation from where we are coming from to if your husband and the wife, an accusation,
We're allowed to
really
understand
think
things
that
at different levels.
we look at things in different ways, and while that is part of the conversation, is part of the global, the full picture.
Yeah.
It is not all that happened. The part that she had emphasized on, and it's the way they keep saying, if you say that you're being harassed, you should prove that you're being harassed. If you say that you were raped, you should prove that you are raped. Yeah. The pressure is always on the woman to prove that. Yes, the victim proving is not. I feel we should listen and we should empathize, because we've all been. Every woman will tell you they've been in a situation where they felt unsafe, they felt taken advantage of, even strong women. So men might not understand it, but don't just sweep it into how would the wife feel when the husband finds out. Even the wife has probably been harassed, because as women, majority, they say 4 in 5.
That's a number.
Yes.
We have a call. We have a caller. Adebayo. Good morning,
Hello.
Adebayo.
Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Quick one. Tope, I actually know your husband. He's a great guy. Yeah, he's a great guy. And I know he says so many good things about you. How would you feel if you go online and someone is trolling your husband? That is a great guy that I know, and is accusing your husband of sexual harassment, and she doesn't come out for 6 months to defend, to provide evidences. And she comes back to the house and you're saying she won. Women standing for women. No, I don't have a problem with women standing for women, but I equally do not accept that you're going to ruin someone's name, someone's family. How do you expect the children to feel when they go out that the father has been accused of such a grave offense? And in 6 months, come on, it's not fair. I don't have anything against her, but she hasn't done the womenhood any good by her conduct. You don't come back like a thug to the house and say you've won. What have you won? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely. We need to stand by each other. I'm going to stand with Akpabio. I'm not saying Akpabio, but I would not take it lightly if anybody accuses me of something I'm denying. And you can't prove it. You've not proven it. You've not made any effort to prove it.
Well, Adebayo,
Have a nice day.
okay. Thank you, Adebayo. So we know that the accusation that she had alleged against the Senate President, we know that that particular case is in court, and they are going to discuss it. So this was really about her conduct, you know, while she, on that particular day where they had moved her seat. And she has taken that punishment, which was the 6 months suspension, and she's done that. So that's what we're talking about. Now, concerning the allegation, that's a whole different matter. And we'll see as the court, you know, plays
the court played out this one too, and the time was up.
Yes.
But
so
I feel like
let's go on a short break, and when we'll come back, we'll continue our conversation. Please stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.